Waking up one day and suddenly hearing this: stop buying gold, stop traveling abroad, reduce fuel usage. You would probably think, what's going on? Is the economy in trouble? But here the scary part. This is not imagination. This is happening in India right now. And the reason India is just lost $38 billion in just 2 months. Yeah, 38 billion. So today I'll explain this to you. What actually happening with India's economy? Why the government is asking people to cut spendings? And the most important question, is this a warning sign of something bigger? Okay, first let's understand this situation simply. India has something called foreign exchange reserves. Think of it like the currency emergency savings account in dollars. We use this money for buying oil, paying for imports, handling global shocks. Now, here the issue. These reserves fell from around 730 billions to 690 billions dollars. That's a massive drop. And why did this happen? Not because of one reason, but a dangerous combination of problems happening at the same time. Let me break it down like a story. Imagine your personal life. You earn money, but suddenly petrol prices go up, you start buying gold, you go on foreign trips, your expenses increases, and at the same time, your income is not growing fast enough. What's happening? Your savings start disappearing. That's exactly what's happening with India. Now, listen carefully. This is important. India imports almost 90% of its oil. That means every time global prices rise, India suffers. And right now, oil is above $100 per barrel. Now, here the shocking part. For every $1 increases in the oil price, India import bill increases by around 1.5 to $2 billion. Just imagine that. So, when oil becomes expensive, dollars go out of India. Forex reserves decreases, rupee becomes weaker, and this creates chain reaction. Now let's talk about something Indians love. Gold. Bro, we just don't like gold. We are obsessed with it. But here the problem. India is the second largest gold consumer in the world, and most of this gold is imported. In 2026, India spent nearly $72 billion on gold imports. That's insane. Dollars are leaving the country. Now, here's something interesting. People are spending a lot more money on foreign travel, overseas weddings, international education through something called liberalized remittance scheme. And guess what? More than 50% of these outflows are just travel and lifestyle expenses. So basically, we are just sending dollars out of luxury spending. And during a crisis, that's become dangerous. Now, here where things get serious. The Indian rupee recently crossed 95 rupees per dollar. That's a big deal. Because when rupee weakens, imports becomes expensive, inflation rises, economy becomes unstable. So what did RBI do? It started selling dollars from reserves to stabilize the currency. But here the trade-off. When RBI sells dollars, reserves go down. So it's like saving the rupee but losing the reserves. Now let me explain something very important. Imported inflation. When rupee weakens, everything India imports becomes expensive: oil, electronics, fertilizers, machinery. So even if you don't realize it, your daily life becomes expensive. Fuel prices increases, food prices increases, transport cost increases. It's a silent pressure on everyone. Now you understand the why Prime Minister is saying reduce gold purchases, avoid unnecessary foreign travel, cut fuel usage. This is called austerity, but not forceful, behavioral. Instead of banning things, the government is trying to influence people habits. Think like work from home, carpooling, domestic tourism. This is actually smart because it reduces demand for dollars without strict restrictions. Now here's a very powerful concept: food waste fuel. Right now, India is facing a tough choice. Global fertilizer prices have doubled. If India government spends money on fuel subsidies, then it may not have enough for farmers and food production. So what are they trying to do? Reduce fuel demand, save money, support agriculture. Because food security is more important than cheap petrol. Now, here the twist. Saving dollar is good, but too much control is dangerous. If the government goes too far and starts restricting imports, increasing tariffs, controlling capital flows, then problem starts. Why? India manufacturing sector depends on imports, things like semiconductors, machinery, and raw materials. If imports become difficult, factories slow down, production drops, exports suffers, and eventually GDP growth slows. Here's something people don't realize. Even India exports depend on imports. Example, pharma uses imported chemicals, electronics uses imported chips. So if imports are restricted, exports also get affected, which means less dollar earnings, which makes the situation worse. Now think like a global investor. If you see a country controlling money movement, restricting imports, tightening rules, what will you do? You will hesitate to invest. And that's dangerous because India needs foreign investment, capital inflow, growth funding. If investors lose confidence, money will start leaving instead of coming. Now comes the most important part. Now comes the most important part. What should India actually do? Not just a short-term fixes, but long-term solution. India has thousands of tons of gold sitting in idle in homes. If the government can brings this gold into financial system through schemes, then no need to import more gold. Forex pressure reduces. This is huge opportunity. Instead of just leaving dollars, India needs to earn more dollars. How? Strong exports, better manufacturing, global competitiveness, schemes like production linked incentive can help boost exports. The biggest long term solution, reducing oil dependency. That means electric vehicles, renewable energy, green hydrogen, because as long as India depends on imported oil, this problem will keep coming back. So here the truth, bro. India is not in crisis, but in a warning pace. The system is under pressure, and the government is trying to prevent a bigger problem before it happens. So next time you hear reduce gold buying, avoid foreign travel, don't ignore it. Because behind those simple words, this complex economic battle happening, a battle to protect the rupee, control inflation, maintain stability, and most importantly, secure India's future. And honestly, this is just the beginning. Because in today's world, economic wars are not fought with weapons. They are fought with money, resource, and strategy. If you want more videos like this, let's do subscribe.